I love treasure hunting, and my favorite places is the thrift shops. So I'm always in the look for wooden frames, the real wood frames, and glass. So this time I have the larger piece of glass, which is suitable for framing, and a wooden frame, which I need to be prepared for one of my paintings. So I decided to just hand cut the glass to fit the wooden frame that I had to frame this painting. So I am measuring the inside of this frame, and couple times, from several areas on the length and width, and then with a black Sharpie I'm just tracing the lines. Now you can score with the stick glass scoring, like it looks like a pencil. However, I use the hand grip style because it's easier in my joints. I always had trouble with the pain in my joints, so that's what this handle is a lot easier for me. And you will see in the video that instead of going away from me, I put it toward me, so it's just easier for my hands. So you lubricate it. This is a self-lubricated tool. However, it's so old for me that it just drips, and I don't like the greasy stuff that leaves on the glass when I'm waiting. I'm working on it, and so I have a lid of old bottle which it closes tight with oil, lubricated oil. So every time that you use the glass cutter, the glass cutter, you need to use oil, otherwise you will be ruining your little diamond little wheel that is in there. So I'm measuring. I already did the first score, and you can see that it is fitting, but at this point it's too tight in some areas. And this is very common, especially if you find a picture frame, an old picture frame made of wood. It changes through time. The wood just keeps warping, and some areas it's not going to be completely straight, so you're going to have to adjust. And this is what happened in the glass. You can see the black line in there that needs to be grinded. Now this super star grinder too is, my goodness, is so old and it's a workhorse. I love it. Is still working. I have a secondary one which is brand new. I haven't even had to use it. This one just keeps running. Always keep water on it, so it has already water. It has a diamond bit in there that rotates, and then carefully, without too much pressure, you go ahead and start grinding on the part of the glass of this type of the sheet is the one that is causing a little bit more tension in the picture frame. You can see the little sponge that is behind the grinder. That one is wet, so it brings the water which it touches the bit, creating a wet surface all the time. So never use it dry. And then when you clean this machine, I probably will show in another video, always use your mask. Don't breathe these things. They go right into the lungs. They're pretty much they're very dangerous. It's a dust particle. Never do it in a dry situation. It's just like cleaning clay as well. You have to use a precaution while cleaning this. I go around the entire glass edge, and this will soften the edges, so when I'm handling, I don't cut myself, or when someone else is gonna change the frame and it pops the glass out. It's not too sharp on the edges, so it's just a nice detail to do. If you don't have a grinder like this, you can actually get one of those stick glass grinders, and in the bar you just softly go around the edge of your sharp glass, and it will do the same thing. It should just take a little bit longer. I'm pouring a little bit more water. It has a level in there so you can hardly see. Now the machine stands in my old cookie tray. I don't bake, so I said, okay, let's use this old baking sheet, and it's been with me for more than, I swear, 30 years or more, 35 years. It's easy. So since I started taking classes a long time ago, so it was a habit, and I just put it back in the same place, and it's coming like an old, set. They just, you look at them, and they're always together. So I just want to make sure that I go in every single edge of my glass, and at this point, no putting too much pressure toward the bed. So always calculate your pressure so you don't break the glass, or you don't damage the bed, and also it can pop or chip some pieces. Just make sure, as a reminder, not to press into the bed too hard with your glass piece, so it doesn't crack your piece, or it doesn't break the bed, or just damage the whole piece at all, or even worse, pops a little piece of chipped glass and hits. Always use goggles. I use my glasses and my goggles as a safety precaution, even if the project is a small project, or it's a tiny little piece or a tiny little corner that you're gonna grind. It's just good advice. It's a good practice when using power tools. So I'm just going around, making sure that all the edge is grinded at this point. Now, once that you are done on the grinder process, you just wipe with a clean, used cloth, and all the residue. It's always important as well, every time that you finish working with your tools, especially the grinder, to clean it up, because some residue of the glass will stay on top and it will dry there. And then when you are working with the other piece, if you are using the flat surface and putting it close or flush to the flat surface, it will scratch your glass, and you don't want that. So always wipe it with I use wet paper towels, and then just dispose them properly. At this point, I'm not too concerned completely clean the glass, as it's gonna still be handled around. So all those oily fingerprints or so are going to be wiped out later on. So I'm more concerned on the water and the left residue and the grind glass that it attaches to the glass when you're working on it. So that's what is being wiped off mainly. So now for the second trial in here, measuring and grinding, and now remeasuring and see how it's going to be fitting. This particular frame, the wood frame, has some tags on the side, so that's what I'm trying to make sure that it's no touching any of those tags when it's popping in or back to be displayed. It has a little bit wiggling room this time, so it's not too hermetically tight, so that's what you want on the glass, so it has some room, especially if the wood keeps changing and shifting, if it is real wood frame that you're using, which I think are still the best. I'm not too drawn into the synthetic materials, so I'm always looking for the natural ones. I hope this was helpful for you, and remember to subscribe, give us some comments and thumbs as if you like this video.